Hello YouTube, we are back with another redstone tutorial, and in today's video, as you can see, it's a sort of a 3x3 hallway here. But if I flip this lever on, wow, that was a bit lag, but it's a 3x3 by whatever you want. Except it sort of gets stuck, or you need to like sort of make the signal strong again after like 14 blocks, I think. But that's not too bad, and as you can see, it's pretty awesome. Let's just test it out a few more times. There we go. Yeah, that's really cool. And so basically, this is really small as well. It's like, yeah, it's extremely small actually. But what you want to do to sort of start this contraption off, or the tutorial off, but if you just want to like see the wiring here, it goes out to there and then goes out to there, and also it's got like a wire on top of there. But also like there, it's got a little bit of fanciness there. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to have a block, and this is going to be your input block. And it can be whatever sort of like signals or like you want. So it can be like a DOS going into it, or like a repeater, or whatever you want, or even a torch, if you're feeling a bit, I don't know, a bit awesome. But you can't have the block that's going to be having the torch on it there, basically. You can have it on basically all other sides except for that one. Because what we're going to have there is we're going to have a hopper dropper system, or hopper dropper sort of falling edge monotable. So you want to have a sort of inglet or any sort of item in here, and then you want to have let's just like start off with like basically the closing, and also like this bit right here. So you want to have this is going to be your like sort of your expanding line right here, and you want to have a piece of dust there, and then have a repeater like that, and that's going to be you just want to have basically like that, and then just expand it. And I'm just being a bit derpy on my herp but then that's going to be like that, and then you want to have another piston right there, and then have a block there, and then another block right there. And then you want to have a block there with a piston or sticky piston right there. And then have another sticky piston on top of that, like that. Then you want to have 3 blocks like that. And then have a dust right there. And that's going to be your expanding line for that bit right there. And then have a piece of dust on top of that block right there, with a repeater going into a piston or a sticky piston right there, and then have another sticky piston right next to it like that. And then you want to have so yeah, like you basically want to have a lot of stuff, but yeah. So then you want to have your other side done as well. So you want to have a sticky piston right there with another sticky piston like that, and then have your wall like so. And then have a expanding line right there. So what you want to do is you want to have a repeater like that, and then have a block up like that, and then have a block there, and then keep on doing all the blocks along there. You don't need any block there, but actually you do, never mind. But you want to have a repeater going into that block right there, with another repeater on that side like that. And then have I think you just want to have like the wiring down here first, I guess. So you want to start off like by actually like putting it on here, so like turning the lever on, which will then have like that. And then you basically want to have a piece of dust on top of that, with a block there, with a piece of dust like that. And then you can put in your wall like that, and like that. But what you want to do now is you want to have a torch right here with a sticky piston like that, and then a block like that, and then have another expanding line, but this time we're going to have a repeater going into these pistons right there. And then that's basically, you just want to have like another repeater like that, and also you want to like repeat the layout again if you are going to do like 3x3 by whatever you want, basically. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just like filling in all the wall there. But if we just give this a test run, as you can see, it is nearly it's basically nearly closed. All we got to do is we got to connect this up, and then also have a like a line just like that, and then have a repeater going into that block right there. And then, well, it should update because these two are on the same delay. So yeah, as you can see, it sort of updated when it was opening. But what you want to do now is you want to have a block underneath here with a comparator taking a signal out of it, or out of the dropper right there, and also have a comparator like that. But you want to have a redstone torch like that, and then have two blocks like that with a repeater on one, and then have that on 4 ticks, and then a repeater on 3 ticks like that, and then have a block on top of that torch. And then what you want to do is you want to have a dust right there, and then have a block up, and then have a block there with a repeater going into a block, and then have another block down as well, and then have dust on each of them, and then have your repeater going into that block right there, and then have another like dust right here with a repeater going into there, into that piston right there. And then that's going to be your sort of, I think, your closing done. All you got to do now is basically do the timings. So you want to have this one on 2 ticks, and then have these expanding repeaters on 3 ticks each. So you want to have this one on 3 ticks as well if you are expanding it like that. And then what you want to do is you want to have a repeater going into right there. And I'm pretty sure that's necessary to actually make it work. But if we just test that right now, boom, we work. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little redstone tutorial. Sorry it's a bit late, but yeah, rate, comment and subscribe, and peace.